What on guys, Commander here, and welcome to a new series on Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod reviews. Now, this series is going to be slightly different than the other one, in this case that we're not going to be doing the Battlefront 2 Classic mod reviews. We're going to be hopping over to Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA and doing some mod reviews on that. Now, I've been going through a few different mods, and I've got a few ideas of ones we're going to do, but the first one that I want to look at is the Commander Cody mod. And as you can see here, we have got Commander Cody in all of his glory. Now, I just wanted to start here because I wanted just to go through how he looks, and oh my god, he looks absolutely amazing in this mod. Legit, look at how he looks. He looks movie accurate with all the scorch marks and everything on. He's got his DC 15, I think. No, DC 15 is a long one. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember what that gun's called. But he looks really, really cool. Now, he comes in 3 different versions for this mod. We've got this one, which is the Phase 2. He's got the Phase 1 and the helmetless. I'm going to put pictures up on the screen now or in it or whenever, if they're not up already, for the Phase 1 and the helmetless, because I needed to download them separately and put them in separately, because if we go here, he hasn't actually got any appearances, so I just basically just got the Phase 2 one because that's the one I like the best. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. Now, he does replace Finn. But what they've done is they've remade all of the star cards. They've actually renamed them. They do the exact same thing, but they've renamed the star cards, and they've given them their own little pictures as well, which I think is really cool. When we get into arcade, which is where we're going to be doing some playtesting as Commander Cody, to see what his abilities are, see what he feels like to play with and what he looks like in game. I'll show you the star cards, what star cards look like there. So we got the victory poses, we got resistance hero, so basically they're all exactly the same, but I think aside from that one, which I don't, aside from this one, in charge, that one, I don't like the look of that one, because it's Commander Cody. I think if his head looked a bit more forward there, and that looks a bit better as a default pose. But big deal looks nice. That does actually look quite cool. Come and get it. It's alright. I mean, how about the right angle? It looks alright. That one looks perfectly fine. But in charge, this one's a bit funny. I'm not too overly confident with that one. But what they've done is they've also redone all of the voice lines and the emote. So at the moment, it looks like how they would be normally. If I just click them.
May the force be with you. Oh. Watch those wrist rockets! Now we're talking. Come on! Not bad, not bad.
You see, they're all they've all been redone with new voice lines. So all of Finn's voice lines have been overridden with Commander Cody voice lines from clone voice lines. So I think that looks really cool. I think they've done a really, really good job with it. I think it looks really, really cool. It's very detailed as well. And, I've seen some of the different, clone customizations that modders have done, and they look absolutely insane. And this one is no different. This is the movie accurate version. The one that the Commander Cody from the Clone Wars looks slightly different. His sun shield is a bit more down towards his visor a little bit, and you can't quite see his visor, but that looks good just as it is. I really like that. Now, this one that I'm using, as you can see, the gun is the one that a clone gun. Now, there's 2 different versions of this mod. There's one that you can use for in-game, so for multiplayer. But there's also one that you can only use for arcade. Now, the one that I'm using now is one that's only for arcade. Now, if you want to use Commander Cody in online as a reskinned hero, I would highly advise you to use the one that says don't use the one that says arcade only on multiplayer. Use the other one, because that one has Finn's own weapons back in the actual like game. So the Commander Cody's gun is actually Finn's gun, because for some reason EA's like, I think it's like Fireplay moderators don't like using modified weapons in online, and it will ban you. I haven't tried it. I don't want to take the risk that I will get banned, but do not use this one. Use the one where it shows Finn's actual weapons. And if you don't know for sure, double check it in arcade just to make sure that this is that you're not going to go into multiplayer using this version of the character, because it will ban you from what I can see. Apparently they're very hot on it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into arcade, and we're going to have a play around in a map and see how Commander Cody plays. So before we get into actually playing as Commander Cody, these are what I mean when I say the star cards have actually been revamped. Now this is the phase 1 Commander Cody helmet as well, but all of the star cards have been redone, and they actually look, I think they've done a really good job. Like, I don't know if there's any other, I mean, I haven't played too many other mods where they change the characters, but I haven't seen, whilst watching on YouTube, any mod that does this and has changed the actual star cards to other things. I mean, I might be completely wrong. I might do another mod later on, and this would be the same for this. But let's just take these star cards and go into battle with them. Right now, I have turned the HUD off just to make it look a bit more cinematic-y. I'm also playing on a 2v10, and the AI is on 1 hit, just to make life a little bit like better. But from what I can see, it looks really like cool, if that makes sense. Now Commander Cody's, I'm not going to go over how I review the abilities, because the abilities are exactly the same as Finn's, so I'm not going to go bother reviewing those, because there's actually really no point. But what I like is, what I think they did quite well is Finn's actual walk cycle and sprint cycle is exactly the same to that of a clone trooper, or very, very similar, if not exactly the same, which actually makes this mod even better, because the walk cycle actually looks like a clone trooper, which, you know, it aids the mod in making it look even more like authentic, and make it look like a clone trooper. Now I'm probably going to use this in multiplayer a bit, just because like I don't like Finn as a character, but maybe like the thought of playing actually as Commander Cody might make life a little bit like more willing to use the hero, if that makes sense. Maybe learn the abilities a bit more. I don't know, like, but I don't like the zoom ability, because this is the thing. Like, this is the reason why I don't like Captain Phasma, because the zoom, it zooms in too much for a I mean, for a single shot weapon it's all right, but especially Phasma, the burst that her weapon uses, and the fact that it's like a rapid fire weapon, it doesn't work very well with that much of a zoom. And in all fairness, like, that's not good. You can't play a game like that, you know. that's taking the zoom in a little bit too far. But let's have a go at using let's find some droids to play about with, to test out. Right, what we got here? I see, right. Okay, that's a bit of a bug. Right, so that's a bugged ability. That's a bugged ability. Right, so let's go find another droid to try it on. There's one up there. Now there's another one. There's this one, which I think is the pistol ability. This one works perfectly fine. This one gets Finn's old weapon out. So it's mainly just his default weapon is actually changed for his default attacks. Which is it's all right, but you need to make sure that his default weapon is his actual weapon before you is the default weapon is the original weapon before you go into online, because otherwise things will bad things will happen. It'll kick you off the online servers and you'll be banned from using the game, basically. I will also leave a let me just turn this off a minute. Right, where am I going? This one. I don't know what this one does. I think it's sort of like an inspiring present sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure. But, alright, turn that off as I can't sprint. But what I'll do is I'll link a video. I'll link a link in the description. I'll put a link in the description to the download for this mod. All these mods come off of Nexus Mods. That's where Battlefront 2 EA's mods come from, Nexus Mods. So that's where I'm getting all my mods off of. If you have any recommendations for me to do mods wise, I will be more than happy to go and have a look and do some recommended mods. The ones that I've got a couple in mind that I think... See what I mean when I say that this guy's own custom dialogue. But, yeah, so what... I've got a couple mods in mind that I want to have a go with that I think look quite cool. First of all, the arcade overhaul mods, because I want to play 25 versus 25 on in arcade, because I think that'd be quite cool and quite hectic. I also want to have a go with the Ahsoka Tano mod as well, because as you know, well, or you may not know, but Ahsoka Tano is my favourite character from Star Wars Clone Wars. Not my favourite character altogether, because I do like General Grievous and all that jazz, but she is my favourite character from Star Wars The Clone Wars. So I want to try and get a little gameplay and try out her mod, because apparently she's coming to the Battlefront 2. So maybe we can try out the mod and see how the mod fares against the actual game, the actual one that maybe EA and DICE are coming out with. So see who does it better, I suppose. So yeah, so that is about all we have time for in this video here with this mod review. Again, the abilities, they haven't changed much from Finn's abilities. The Ahsoka Tano mod, I know, changes the abilities that what the original model and player actually was, but this one doesn't. So I'm not really going to go over the abilities too much. So next episode we will go and either do the arcade overhaul or the Ahsoka Tano mod, or if I find a better mod, then I'll go and do that instead. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall see you all later. Bye!